I've kind of positioned myself, or I watch the things that I post, right? I watch the things that I say around people. I watch every interaction that I have with people, because I know people are watching at this moment.
Welcome to Mentoring Kings. Where do we go from here? A look at social justice in America.
I'm a 23-year-old from the south side of Chicago. McKinley Nelson is the founder of Project Swish Chicago. He's a former basketball player, former debater, former spelling bee champ. McKinley's just a guy that's really passionate about the city of Chicago, passionate about the community, passionate about his story, and he knows that his story is like many others in the city, and he wants to make a difference in not only his life, but the people around him. Growing up, everybody always kind of like laughed at how spoiled I was, right? How nurtured I was, how much, me and my mom are like this. Like I always was called a mama's boy and things like that. But in a way, I was an outsider also because I was protected, right? They always saw like potential in me. So, you know how you guys have like, or the neighborhoods have that guy who's like the basketball player that they protect them to make sure that they make it out, or that rapper where they tell, don't be involved in this street stuff. You have an opportunity to change your life. I feel like I was that guy for my neighborhood, at least for my peers, right? I was just different. I feel like I was always an outsider, even before high school. I was a different kid. People in my neighborhood didn't know about a middle school debate team, right? People in my neighborhood didn't know about how hard I was going to win the science fair and things like that. So with my mom being an educator, my life was always a little different than guys in the neighborhood. So me going to Whitney Young and me traveling 45 minutes to school every day was foreign to them. But I just become accustomed to being different than everybody else. So people have good moms all the time and still get themselves into the streets. But exposure, luckily, basketball was able to take me across the country, right? Being on the Whitney Young basketball team, we went to like 10 states, 10 cities or something like that, something crazy during the basketball season. And me like going out there, like seeing different people, right? Seeing people in the hotel lobbies with my name on it, or with signs with my name on it, or just being exposed to nice meals, or being exposed to, the better players in the world, and watching them grow, watching them elevate. And now these guys being my friends, having the opportunity to eat at the nice dinners and be in rooms that I never thought I would be in, nobody else in my neighborhood is in. I feel like exposure, more so than anything, pushed me out. I knew where I came from. I knew the neighborhood that I came from. I knew what those guys were going through. And I saw the other side of it, right? I saw that in a way the grass is greener on the other side. And so I just needed to put my head down and buckle up and focus to make sure that I wouldn't be living in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood forever. I always had a passion for the community. And with me, going through whatever I went through, I feel like it was the best of both worlds, right? I can get help from myself, or I can learn to heal. And I can heal through helping others, but realistically, I wanted to help people anyway. So I feel like maybe it was, in a way, it was a gift, right? Something I was born with, but definitely have my mom in my corner, being a selfless person, being an educator, right? Giving back to, the Chicago public school system in more ways than her paycheck will cover. Really, it was important to me to be devoted into the community whenever I could. I was down in Cincinnati during the time where I was studying in college. I lost a lot of the guys in that Auburn Gresham neighborhood that I talked about. And as I lost them, I kind of felt alone, right? I was missing my guys. It got to a point where I was in college, not eating, right? Not showering, not going to class, not leaving my room, not doing anything, over drinking, whatever I could get my hands on to make myself feel better. So nobody could really understand my pain. And as far as faculty goes, there's nobody there I had to talk to, right? No counselor could understand me. It would be, take a day off of work, take a day off of your homework, or take a day off of class, but it wasn't really the help that I needed. So I tried to suppress my problems. I thought it was bigger than my problems, right? We're taught in our communities to man up. So I thought that pain would go away, but it didn't go away. And in fact, the more things that happened in the neighborhood, the more of a buildup that bothered me. And so when I left Cincinnati to get professional help for myself, I developed Project Swish. And that was basically just to avoid another kid going through what I went through. So Project Swish is an official nonprofit. It's a 501c3 where we use the game of basketball to combat the violence in the city, and also provide resources that are needed within the inner city. So resources can mean anything from, school supplies to gym shoes, but most importantly, mental health resources. We know how close Chicago basketball is in the Chicago street life, right? People always pick up a ball in Chicago. You pick up a ball at the age of 3, but unfortunately, around 17, 18, if not earlier, that ball stops bouncing and people are thrown head first into the streets. So what we wanted to do was keep guys connected to the game of basketball as long as possible, right? Open up the floor for these conversations to talk, for these guys to talk about what they're dealing with. And then third, like heal. So what we've done is we set up shop in like all of the worst neighborhoods in Chicago, right? To get the guys off of the streets in times that they would be in danger. And so Thursday through Sunday, 6 to 10 p.m., we have basketball, we have food, we have a DJ, we have mental health professionals in there. We have mental health forums, we have mental health panels. We try to do unconventional ways to relieve with massage therapy, right? We do sipping paints, whatever we can do, right? So to relax the mind, to release some of that pressure that the guys in the city of Chicago go through. And we know basketball is the main thing. So we're just using basketball as a bait to drive people home. You know, people oftentimes ask me, who was my role model, right? Who did I look up to? I feel like the only thing that inspired me to be in this position I'm in right now is my environment. I knew I didn't want to live over there forever. I knew I didn't want to lose any more of my friends, right? I knew that I was in love with the game of basketball and I was going to do something basketball related. And at first I thought it was being an NBA agent, right? But once life hit and life happened and I saw people around me hurting, that I feel like my job is the only job that I could have taken.
Thank you for tuning in to Mentoring Kings. Where do we go from here? To learn more about future episodes, visit www.mentoringking.com and join the conversation on social media by following and liking @Mentoring King on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.